So then, Sumo moves on. The perpetrator has been forced out, the coach has been sanctioned, and with that, every sumo bully has nobly chosen to lay down his superglue, broomstick and chanko ladle and live in perfect harmony with his erstwhile victims. Peace in our time, they'd have us believe. Anyway, Friday 1st of March saw Ozeki Kirishima, just as he vowed, resume his practice bouts at the Tokitsukaze group session. He was specifically told by his coach to take on a man who'd beaten him last time round, Tricky Tobizaru, which he did and won 4 times straight. I'd like to do over 20 bouts tomorrow, then get up to 30 a day by next week, Kirishima said. His coach Michinoku told the press, Kirishima's Yokozuna chances are still alive if he can get 14 wins and above. His highest score yet, as you likely know, is the 13 wins he posted last November. That same coach also confirmed that the March meet will be Kirishima's last as a member of Michinoku Stable. Coach Michinoku turns 65 in just a few weeks' time, at which point his current stable will close and his charges will choose where they'd like to move. Kirishima will certainly join the ex-Kakuryu's new Otoayama stable, and it is thought several colleagues will follow suit. Michinoku thus folds after exactly 50 years in current form. And its current master said 7 weeks ago that he's open to staying on as an assistant coach elsewhere, but that the lure of a freer schedule should he choose to retire could prove too strong. Yokozuna Terunofuji also returned to practice bouts on Friday, March the 1st, facing stablemate Takarafuji 11 times, and overwhelming with sharp inside right and ultra-solid grip. I didn't do bouts in February, and am still fatigued from my January efforts, the Yokozuna admitted, but I moved around okay this session. He claimed he would only up the pace when he felt fully ready, i.e. not for some time yet. Asanoyama, meanwhile, celebrated turning 30 on Friday with a fittingly gentle session, having exerted himself for 2 days straight. Wednesday had taken him to Camp Nishonoseki, Thursday to Camp Arashio. I might now be nearing middle age, but I won't give up hope just yet, the ex-Ozeki said. Yes, my fatigue drags on for longer, but you see plenty of men taking titles in their 30s and getting even stronger than they were in their 20s, so I have to believe I am one of them. He insists his injuries can be managed, despite 3 partial pullouts from the past 4 meets. I'm well up for tackling Yokozuna and Ozeki in the tournament ahead, he declared, and I'll be on the attack, as that's how winning chances come. His Friday session was joined by Nishikido's Mito Ryu, who belongs to just a 2-man stable, and has therefore been without suitable sparring partners for years now. Saturday, March the 2nd, saw new Ozeki Kotonowaka fight 16 bouts at his stable camp. Kotoeko and Kotoshoho, the obvious opponents. It wasn't the most intensive session, but I know how I'm going to fight, said Waka. I just want to keep my feet grounded for now, and up the tempo at group practice next week. It's a boon to have fellow salaried men under the same roof. I needn't travel for a decent session. Newlywed Kotoeko, meanwhile, confessed that those were the first practice bouts he'd fought since hurting his knee mid-November. It was little surprise he went 5-11. I was just getting back into the swing, he said. I think I can move my body a bit. But when you're up against Kotonowaka, whose power and skill are different level and improving all the time, there's only so much you can do. Those 2 men on Sunday helped headline the Umekita event in Osaka. 8 salaried wrestlers in total turned up for a sumo display before 3,000 fans in a desperate attempt to win young children over to this merciless sport. Terunofuji, on the other hand, performed a yokozuna ceremony at Osaka's Sumiyoshi Shrine in front of 1,000 or so onlookers. That was on Saturday, by the way. Due to the recent pandemic, both events mentioned here were held for the first time since 2019, when Terunofuji, I needn't remind you, was in Division 5. Elsewhere on Saturday, veteran Kitaharima journeyed to Michinoku Stable for 11 practice bouts with youngsters, then a charging session with promising Ono Sato. The stable's master, by the way, debuted alongside Harima in March 2002. But while Kiseno Sato retired 5 years ago at the age of 32, Kitaharima told the press, "I want to go on until 50. I'm certainly not old yet. I feel in peak condition, and I trained really well today." Remarkable, says Sports Hochi, was how he kept asking to practice more despite his struggles for breath. His determination keeps shining bright.